out. Oh, wow. And I can actually move Titus.
A city dead for 1,000 years.
Look how cool this place is. I used to live here.
A city I had to see with my own eyes.
Well, kind of. It was a dream version, but it was here.
The end of Yuna's journey. The last chapter in my story. My thoughts, they kept floating up and then slipping through my fingers, slipping away before I could pin them down with words.
Yuna, I say no. If we go down there, then you'll...
Riku, you're a true friend, and I thank you, but I must go. Down to Samarkand.
I'm not saying we shouldn't go. But shouldn't we think about it some more? There's gotta be some kind of way we can save you, Yuna!
All my life, I knew this moment would come.
Yuni...
Thank you, Riku. Thank you for everything.
Don't say that, Yuni. It's not over yet.
Tell Sid, thank you.
No. You can tell him yourself.
Please.
Yuni, don't say that because we're gonna see each other again, okay?
Kimari, let's go.
Why just Kumari? Now, I don't know if you can actually skip that or not. I've never skipped this. But it's just sitting there. I figure you could just run past it if you wanted. Guys, I don't think that's how spheres work. I don't think you just place them to your ear. Every time before this, you lifted it up and you clicked it and it came up like a hologram. Now you're shoving it into your ear.
Kimari told me, when my father wanted me taken from Bavel to Besaid, it was you who told Kimari, right? I had always wanted to meet you someday. I am truly glad that I had that chance. Having you as a guardian was so great an honor. I don't know how to thank you. Perhaps, if I defeat Sin, that will be my thanks to you. That's what I'll do. Yes. I will challenge Sin. I will defeat Sin.
Man, this is way back. This is back during, the Chocobo Eater.
Sin is already gone. And so am I. I suppose. Anyway, I just wanted to say, Sir Orin, I thank you. Kimari, do you remember the first day we met? I was only 7. My father had defeated Sin, and all Bavel was celebrating. Everyone was saying what a hero my father was. I was so happy, but when night came, it occurred to me. My father had defeated Sin, and now he was dead. Now, I was all alone. I couldn't sleep. So I wandered into the town, away from the celebrating crowds. I stood on the bridge in Bavel, where my father and I had parted. Standing there, alone, I could see the fields where he had fought Sin. Then, you appeared, Kimari. You said you were looking for the daughter of Braska, remember? At first, I was so scared. Until I realized what a gentle person you are. You weren't used to talking to children. When I told you that I was Braska's daughter, you said you would take me as far from Pavel as you could. That it was the wish of a man facing death. I think I cried then, because that was when I knew my father was dead, and I would never see him again. You just held me, without saying a word. I cried after we got to Besaid, too. When you tried to go, after leaving me in the care of the temple, I held on to you crying, "Don't go, don't go." And you listened, Kimari. You stayed. Kimari, thank you. Thank you so much. And I've always liked your broken horn. Waka, Lulu. I'll never forget my days spent with you, growing up in Besaid. We always played together, us and Chapu. That's why I was always so happy, I think. And when you refused to let me become a summoner, and I did it anyway, I'm sorry. I've always wanted to apologize. You know, when you tried to stop me then, really, I was happy. I could tell you really cared about me. You were like my big brother and sister. No, I think you really were my big brother and sister. What else? I love watching you play blitzball, Waka. I even love it when you scold me, Lulu. Really. I guess that leaves the newest guardian. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes. You are... I am... Well, I'm glad... I'm glad that we met. We haven't even known each other that long, but... It's funny. So this is what it feels like. It's a much more wonderful feeling than anything I had ever imagined. Wonderful. But it hurts sometimes. I wonder. I just want to say thank you for everything. Maybe that's why it hurts. When I think about us never being together again at all. I'm afraid. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll do that part over.
What you up to?
So we got to see that, and I'm doing okay, I guess. God. If you stand over here, you can see this town, but beyond that, there's not really anything else to look at. As you can see, it does not seem to have any random encounters. Otherwise, I would have ran into 7 by now. Just walking. This looks familiar.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance. Hey, there was more, right? I mean, like that time. Anyone?
I think
Yes?
that we should stop. Maybe. For now. Let's go.
We're now all caught up. We are at a point in the game where it is no longer a story, but instead we are now playing it. Prologue done. Let's... Yep. One last place to grind if you really need it. Well, not last place, but for what's coming up, it certainly is. I remember it sucks like every boss battle. I think there's a boss battle in this game that doesn't suck. Well, maybe the early ones. The early ones are okay. Let's see. This is the first time I've ever done that, so we're gonna see if it actually works or not. If I made like a perfect circle. Oh hey, that healed it. Fucking lovely. Even though it was full health to begin with, so... Can't really, go more than that. I really gotta remember that that sword has freaking water attack on it. Come on, Orin, be awesome. You know. That was called a Mandragora, which is really weird because I've been playing Final Fantasy XI, and it's not weird because it's the same thing. I obviously understand that they are both from the same game company, and things like that are going to be used, but it's weird because the fact that it's such a late enemy in this, and in some areas in Final Fantasy XI, it's the first thing you freaking fight. And they are not that ugly. They're kind of cute. They're little tiny